All right, a little Shabby's Extras action here in this Aston Martin DBX. Now, I took delivery of this car October 25th, so I've driven it now for a little over 2 months. We got almost 3,500 miles on the clock so far. The way we have it set up right now, we got this running in Sport Plus for the video. Most of the miles I do in this are in GT because it's a lot of running around to different dealerships, filming cars and whatnot. And when you go Sport Plus, then the traction control is off, and it opens up the valves in the exhaust to give you a little better note. Overall, so far, I'm extremely happy with how this vehicle has performed over the last 2+ months and 3,500 miles. We took this up on a New England road trip. And it did great up to Vermont, across to New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, and back home. And it did great. Handles like an absolute dream. And that's the one thing I like the most about this Aston Martin SUV, is the fact that it handles like a car. Aston built this from the ground up, and they know how to make a car that handles well. Some of the best handling cars in the world are Aston Martins, and this SUV is no different than what you would find in a Vantage or any of their other cars. And it just feels great on the road, planted through the turns, spot on the handling. And if you put it in GT mode, it calms right down and is a very comfortable drive on long distances or around town. But if you want to have fun with it, you go Sport or Sport Plus, and you are off to the races in this vehicle. The Apple CarPlay is wired in here, but once it's plugged in, it works great. Now obviously it's not a touch screen, which I'm not in love with, but the CarPlay works really well in here. Now you have to adjust through the CarPlay with the dial to get to like your maps or your music or your phone. Your text messages will pop up if anybody sends you a text while you're driving on the screen, and then you can use this button here for Siri here on the steering wheel, and you can then dictate a text back to somebody while you're driving, which is a nice touch. But overall, it's a really well-built performance SUV. And I feel very fortunate that I was able to pick one of these up as a demo. And of course, the demo only had about 400 miles on it. So that was nothing. But just a really enjoyable vehicle to drive. And again, my number one like about it is how it handles, how it performs, how versatile it is. All-wheel drive SUV, can hold stuff. You can take it around town, you can take it on trips, you can hoon it around. So it's a very versatile Aston Martin for that reason. And the other thing that I think is really good about it is that the gas mileage is better than I expected. I'm averaging with in driving so far, I'm getting about 21 miles to the gallon on average about 24 on the highway, about 18 around town out of this twin turbo V8 with a 9-speed auto. So that's quite good. It's a little bit better than what the estimates on this car was. So I really enjoyed that. But my big dislike on this car so far have been the tires. These are equipped with Pirelli Scorpion Zero all seasons for more stick. But I find that Pirellis in general ride really hard, and these ride pretty hard. And since they're different sizes, 295 up front and 325 in the back, you can't rotate them, and they don't last as long. So I think when these tires are done, and I'm expecting these things to be done at 10,000 miles, my guess is I'll probably be putting the Michelin Pilot Sport 4 all seasons on. That'll give me, I think, a more compliant ride. Also, it's going to give me more endurance of the tire as well. Plus, it's an all-season, you can drive it all year round. So let me know what you think about that. But overall, this DBX has been really good. I'll be continuing to give you monthly updates on this car, especially when it's due for its first oil change. Now, this is a once a year or once every 10,000 mile service. So we'll see when that comes up. I'll be sure to update you on what that service costs. But so far with this DBX, so good, and I'm really enjoying the ownership experience so far. And let me know what you guys think about this DBX and the choice to go ahead and purchase one of these. I think it's been a good move. I like everything about it so far, except for those couple things I mentioned. But thanks for tuning in to Shabby's Extras. If you're liking what you see on Shabby's Extras, please like and subscribe, and I'll see all of you on the rebound. Take care, everyone.